Welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Friday, April 27, 2012. Some bad economic indicators around the world. The French unemployment rate has actually increased, this during the French presidential election, which is going to come on May 6th. Not good news for the incumbent Sarkozy. In the United States, the gross domestic product actually went up rather markedly for the last quarter. And in Spain, unemployment has now reached an 18-year high, putting that country in a bit of a crisis. In central London right now, there is a bit of a crisis going on in the Tottenham Court Road area, a hostage situation that has had the police shut down the tubes in the area, as well as shut down all vehicular traffic in the area. Apparently, an individual has as many as 5 people hostage. It's not a terror-related situation. What is a terror-related situation has occurred in Ukraine, in the city of Dnipropetrovsk. There's been a serial bombing of 4 different bombs, one in the main railway station, one at a tram stop, one near a school, and one in the city center. No one's been killed miraculously, but 27 people have been hurt. The government is saying that it is a terrorist event. In Damascus, Syria today is Friday, it's the day for the weekly prayers at the mosques. A suicide bomber has blown himself up in front of the main mosque in the capital of Damascus, killing himself and 4 other people. In the city of Aleppo, thousands of people are demonstrating against the regime of President Assad. Chief Executive Officer of Willis, Joseph Plumeri, announced that the company has achieved organic growth of 2% in the last quarter and saw its profits rise from $225 million to $35 million. From $35 million to $225 million a year earlier. They also said that unexpected events, though, such as the continuing decline in the broker's loan protector unit and economic disruptions that can significantly disrupt their business, will now cause him to not give any guidance on future earnings for the remainder of the year. Willis is a publicly traded company. That remark and that intention has some people scratching their heads. Evan Greenberg, the CEO of ACE, which is domiciled in Switzerland, but mainly in Bermuda, is in Japan right now on the hunt. He's looking at possibly buying companies there, or at least increasing ACE's presence. Reinsurance rates, of course, have risen about 60% for coverage in Japan. Swiss Re said back in June of last year that local companies may have charged too little in an attempt to obtain contracts in their home country. Mr. Greenberg was a little more direct. He said Japanese insurers were naive in their underwriting. He said, we're seeing opportunity here, and that's going to accelerate. In Paris, news comes from the French reinsurer SCOR, reporting 11% growth in premium income at the April 1 renewals. 19% increases have been achieved in Asia, 10% increases achieved in the U.S. Here's news you don't want. The governor of Massachusetts, Deval Patrick, called the payment package arranged for outgoing CEO Edmund Ted Kelly of Liberty Mutual breathtaking. But he also said that since it's a private company, he's got nothing to do with it. He called Mr. Kelly his friend. Mr. Kelly, according to the Boston Globe, has been paid an average of $50 million annually for the past 4 years. The Boston Globe thoughtfully worked that out for us. That's $24,000 an hour. The company's top 10 executives also received $68 million in pay in 2010. Liberty Mutual also maintains a fleet of 5 aircraft, estimated to be worth about $150 million, as well as a 30,000 square foot hangar at nearby Hanscom Field in suburban Boston. The flight plan showed that those planes frequently flew between airports near Mr. Kelly's home. Meanwhile, Liberty Mutual sought $46.5 million in city and state tax breaks to build their new headquarters. The major Japanese insurance group Mitsui Sumitomo has injected $150 million more of capital into its Bermudian subsidiary for reinsurance, MS Frontier. Mitsui notes that the 2011 cat losses have fueled the demand for high-quality reinsurance cover, and they want to get a piece of it. Well, in July of 2010, the worst aircraft disaster in Pakistan's history occurred when an Airbus A321 operated by the company Air Blue crashed into a hill outside of the capital of Islamabad upon its approach to the airport in very bad weather. The Pakistan Civil Aviation Authority has come out with their results. They say that the confused captain and hostile cockpit crew atmosphere were to blame for the worst plane crash in the country's history. The captain was, quote, harsh and snobbish toward his first officer almost as soon as the aircraft took off. Quote, after the intermittent humiliating sessions, the first officer generally remained silent, lost confidence, became submissive, and subsequently did not challenge the captain for any of his following errors, breaches, and violations. Even as the plane was about to crash, the 34-year-old first officer did not take control. The bullying captain was 61 years old. He mixed up the Karachi and Islamabad airports. He also showed signs of anxiety, preoccupation, confusion, and geographical disorientation during the flight, especially after beginning the descent. It goes on and on and on. But once again, it indicates that if you're at all possessed with a choice in flying airlines, it pays to make sure you make a good one. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching and have a good weekend. We'll see you Monday.